Look over here.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come here first to quench your thirst. And welcome back to
Look over here.
our exclusive companion series for RuPaul's Drag Race. And this time, RuPaul's Drag Race All-Star Season 10. Once again, I am not Logan. Hi. It's Brooke, and I am passionate about pop culture. I'm actually not drinking anything because, quite frankly, I forgot to grab a water before I started recording, and I don't have the means to get up and go grab one right now, unfortunately. But if I did have the means to go grab a beverage, I would certainly put it in my cup mug. Lana's not here, but panel full of cup mugs. Panel full of cup mugs. And you and yours can get your cup mug and other assorted cup merch at laundrycreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description down below. It'll also be on the ticker scrolling by now. And we do ship domestically here in North America and internationally, so there are no excuses unless
so they say.
Unless your postal service is really slow, like it is for River right now, because River's been waiting on that stuff. Brazilian postal service.
Again,
What
customs. We know customs is an issue. We know
Of
this.
course.
Anyways, I am Brandon, your professional fan of Concert Dragon video games. As always, drinking water out of my Stanley. And yes, I'm still enjoying my lead. Before we start, though, Brooke, it's been a minute since the both of us podcasted together.
It's been a minute since the two of us have podcasted together. It's been a minute since just the two of us podcasted together. It's been, a year and a half since our last episode of The Challenge. And
The Challenge and America's Next Best Dance Crew.
Yeah. For those of you who may or may not have watched the series on the Cup TV, Brandon and I covered the second season of Challenge USA together. And we also covered the first season of America's Best Dance Crew together. So, if you want to hear us rant about how much we hate break skate, go tune into the Cup TV.
Never thought I would hear that again.
Oh my god. Okay, but let's be real. We do.
Well, and anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the looks of not
Episode
only
10. Episode 10.
Episode 10
of All-Stars.
not only of the runway, but the re-entrances.
You know, I just want to go ahead and say, before we get into anything specifically, the fact that Lydia has managed to have 3 entrance looks in 1 year.
I know.
No notes.
Again, she
love you, butthole. Big fan.
Yeah, she makes all her outfits, so I can see why she's able to do that in such a quick amount of time, which I love. So
we're going to be diving into the RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars Season 10, Episode 10. Runways here. It is our merge group. So we're going to be looking at the entrance looks and also the runway category tonight, which was tiramisu. Suit. But before we do, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Check out all of the links to all of our other channels down below. That includes the Cup ESC for Eurovision content, the Cup TV for your general reality TV content, and the Cup Ringside for all your favorite wrestling stuff. All of that stuff is going to be in the link down below. And while you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because it's just that big red shiny thing at the bottom of your screen, like right around there. Just go ahead and click that button so that way you can stay up to date on everything that we're covering here, because business is about to pick up, let me tell you. Because next week, we got Drag Race France All-Stars. Next week, we got Drag Race Brazil. We're already covering King of Drag. All-Stars doesn't wrap up for a couple more episodes, so you still got that to look forward to. And who knows? Maybe some other stuff will be coming out in the short term. Wink, wink. Are you ready to get into these looks, Brandon?
Let's do this.
All right. So first up, the winner of bracket 1, Irene the Alien, looking, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, stunning in this re-entrance look.
Mm-hmm. Who would have thought we would get re-entrance looks of this entire group? Which, I mean, I'm all for, because this is giving when, after a double premiere, the first group gets to show off one additional look when that happens. So, but when I tell you, when I saw this wig, I was like, even the wig has wings. How the fuck?
It's iconic.
Mm-hmm.
It is, quite frankly, iconic. And this is, as someone who really liked bracket 1, I'll say personally, I think bracket 1 in terms of competition was one of the best brackets was definitely one of the better brackets we had. So you get to see Irene come back and be this amazing performer on Drag Race that a lot of us knew that she could be on season 15. And getting to see things like this on the run, even on the entrance look. This is kind of perfect for me. And if you are a fan of any of our previous Look Over Here episodes that I have appeared on, I will clock a girl for wearing a unitard. I will clock a girl for wearing a bodysuit. If it's just a unitard or just a bodysuit. It's more than that. It is an elevated, fully constructed look, and therefore I like it. Let me make that clear to the people at home and to the rest of my panelists who have continuously hassled me over this for about 2 years now. If it is just a leotard or just a unitard or just a bodysuit, if it is more than just a leotard or a unitard or a bodysuit, there we go. So this is great. I love this aesthetic. That pink and gold is such a nice color combo, but then it's the purple accents that are added in as well to give it more dimension for me. And also the pink wig, like more of a magenta color on the wig. No, it's Irene Wade.
No, yeah. Like, this is just, again, when you see that bodysuit on its own, like the elevation of that, like I believe it's on its own as well, like just a huge decorated corset in the best way possible. I was like, again, how? Like this gold accent, everything to it, the magenta, the fuchsia, like the pinks of it all. And again, with the added wings, like I knew Irene had that elevation to begin with because we knew their fashion was like up there. I mean, I did not expect this to be like something of that caliber or like at that point, because baby.
Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm really excited to see more of Irene the rest of the season. And hopefully, even if it is 2 more episodes, we're at least going to get one really great look next week. So, scores.
I gave this a 93.
I gave this a 94.
All right, we're close.
We're keeping our pattern, Brandon. We usually score relatively
similarly, but also remember, like you are the ultimate contrarian on some things.
You're not wrong, but I have been working on that. All
right.
Okay, we're moving on to Bosco. Second place in bracket 1. I'm gonna say something, and I hope the internet won't yell at me.
Uh-oh.
I like this look, but it feels like something Bosco has already done, and I can't place it. It feels like there was something on season 14 that Bosco did that was relatively similar to this. And I could be completely wrong in mixing up some people's runways throughout the history, but like it reminds me of something that Bosco has already done, and that kind of bugs me.
I'm actually looking this up right now. This is kind of similar. I say kind of similar to Bosco's entrance look in season 14.
Let me see. I'm going to.
It's kind of a polka dot look, but instead of black dots, it's white dots.
Yeah, it's like a color flipped version with like instead of just the horns, it's kind of like pulled out a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And then there's also the signature show-stopping drag look where there's like kind of the tentacles going as well. I think that's where you're going with.
I'm checking right now because I wanted to make sure that we are on the same page. I mean, again, it's not necessarily a bad thing because I still think this looks good. I still think Bosco looks great here. If there's one thing you can count on Bosco doing, it's always bringing something really interesting and fun to the runway, except that one challenge where they had seamstresses make the clothes for the queens in the finale, which why? Never do that again.
I like that though.
That blue and white old mom suit that they put her in. Mm-hmm. It did not look good, Brandon. You know that.
I mean, I like they gave them I like they gave them a garment, but I do agree. Yes, it was not the best look, but I like that they gave them a garment. But
She was the only one who did not look great in that outfit because the rest of them all looked fantastic.
yes,
But like during Catwalk, if anyone is curious as to which one we were talking about,
yes,
but yeah, I like Bosco a lot. I hope that she continues to do great. And this look is good.
okay, it's good. I just wish she could walk in this better. Because like the legs are so like tight in, which again, don't get me wrong, I like the style of it. But again, I wish she was able to walk in it a little better. But I do like this tentacle moment. That's everything because again, we know for Bosco to have like these type of interesting looks when it comes again, and the fact that Irene and Bosco come from the same family, like you would think that Irene would wear this instead. But I like that Bosco's work doing this too. Again, I do agree it is fine. We have kind of seen it before. Part of me wish though. So, and this is a very nitpick, and I hate to like bring this up because of the detail and intention. You see the front where the seams like meet, like the dots don't match up. So I have to clock that, unfortunately.
Oh, I noted that immediately, and I wasn't going to nitpick it, but I'm glad you brought it up. It bugged me so bad. Oh, dear Lord. And again, there's not much more she could have done for that. It's very clearly a fabric, and she has to do with it what she can. But it is aggravating.
Now, here's the thing. If it were on the side, I wouldn't mind. But because we can see it in the front, though, I have to bring that up. Like, again, I still like it. But again, so those small details I wish there could be a little bit more refined. Again, I don't know who made this, but at the same time, like again, it still looks good, which I'm not gonna clock, okay? Like I'm not, but again, I do have to clock like the small nitpicks when it comes to that. So
scores?
I gave this an don't want to be too mean on this. 85.
I gave this an 80.
Okay.
Moving on to your third place competitor from bracket 1, Jimmy Asha. I can't do the voice. I'm sorry.
Asha.
Thank you. So we have had some really fun looks from Aja on the runway this season. This is no exception. It's not my favorite thing Aja has worn this season. I will say that. But those wings look great. I think they look fantastic. Honestly, my biggest problem with this look is why is the boot red? I don't get that at all.
The shoes.
Yeah, like why are the shoes red? Like, because the rest of this look is like this like bronzish gold, like darker metallic colors, and then it's just like, oh, and the ruby boot slippers. Like, and that's fine. It just kind of pulls me out of everything else because red is such an eye-catching color, right? And I should be naturally drawn to the wings, but when I like full focus onto this photo, the first thing I look at are those shoes.
Yep. No, here's the thing, because like when we first saw Aja come with the wings, I was like, oh, okay, wings, and then I was like, oh, the shoe. But these wings though, it's kind of giving me Eva LaQueen's global look for the finale. I was like, part of me wished though this gold dress moment was a little bigger. Just a little bigger, but I do like this piece, like because it does accentuate these wings in the best way possible. I'm not complaining about that. Again, the biggest thing is the shoes.
The shoes. Like they are ruby red. They are like vibrantly red.
Yeah.
If it was like a maroon, I don't think I would mind as much because I think it would at least kind of match the color palette on the wings because they have these like darker purple colors on the fringes that are coming off the lights that are making them look that color. So if it was something that would pop to that degree, I would get it. Shoes are throwing me off here.
Yeah.
Scores?
All right, because the shoes were the issue. I was going to give this a 90, but I have to dock it, so this will be an 87.
I am going to give this a 75 because it is a simple detail that can be easily fixed. If it was like a bigger problem, I mean, I'd probably dock it more for it being a bigger problem, but this is a detail that is easy to fix. And I think it's just one of those like, wow, these shoes don't really look good with this. What else do I have in my suitcase kind of moments, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next up, the winner of bracket 2, gorgeous like Jorgeous. It is a gown, a cinched gown with a spiral thing going down the outside of it. It is a perfectly good look. I have no problem with it. It's just a little simple, but fine with me.
And that's the thing about most of Jorgeous's like wardrobe package to me, like simple, but it's effective because I was like, at first glance, I was like, oh, I'm obsessed with this. Like, I really am. Because love the tulle skirt of it all, but I like it's like knee instead of like a full tulle moment.
Because she's so short, it really has to be there. That's the thing.
I mean, true, yes, but
she's 5 foot tall. If that skirt was down to like the bottom of her shins, it would not look right.
Mm-hmm. I'm taller than Jorgeous, so
exactly. You're not taller than very many people, Brandon.
I know. But I like it. I like it a lot. Like, again, I wasn't like impressed by it. I do love this wig as well. So clean. Something okay, and I don't usually comment most on this, but I kind of wish there was more blush. I kind of wish there was more blush on this. I mean, more so in this, like, I guess, camera shot that was pulled, which, again, no fault to Logan. But, like, I remember watching, like, at firsthand, this was, like, I was like, yeah, there could have been more blush on this. Like, because we never see, like, a deep pink. Oh, not this.
Gotta bring it back from the last episode.
Oh, God.
Sugar and Robbie are out there living their best life right now.
Not. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I really do like the hair on this as well. I think the purple was a nice choice of color here as well, because it's a color that kind of blends in really well, but it also adds so much pop and vibrancy to everything it's a part of. So I mean, again, it's not bad. It's just a little. It's fine to me. It's a well-executed, okay outfit.
Yeah.
Scores?
I'm gonna give this a 92.
I'm gonna give it a 90.
It's weird how you gave these comments and then like you still give it a high score.
It's okay. Look, it's not like she's going for anything high concept here. It's the entrance look. She knows it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Right?
Fair.
You know, it's a well-executed, simple outfit, and that's all it really needs to be, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of, Lydia Butthole Kollins, second place by half a point in bracket 2. I want to make this abundantly clear. I love Butthole, so I cannot score her poorly whatsoever. She could walk out, to borrow a quote from Asha, she could walk out there in a fucking diaper and I'd be like, Bo, your smile is beautiful. This is great. This is really like stunning to me.
She just commands that runway, and this blue, like just matching the lighting of it all.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on. And then this I think it started as a cape, and then just like she just like carries it like out like this. Like you can tell, like again with the Lydia Dietz inspiration of all, black is her color. Like black is her color here, and then this blue. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because it kind of warrants it.
Oh
wait, oh shoot, I need to change the. Here we go.
Thank you so kindly. There we go.
Oops.
Yeah, I adore this. Lydia is actually a really interesting case. We don't get a lot of what I would call winter aesthetic on the show when it comes to most people, their signature colors are going to be these like vibrant colors, or when it comes to people like Raja O'Hara, like a deeper color that like really suits pretty much anything she wears. Because have you ever seen Raja O'Hara look bad in purple? Let me just be clear.
Nope.
It's like that. Like, quick aside, Raja O'Hara literally could wear purple to anything and it would be appropriate because she looks fantastic in purple. Dear God. But Lydia is so pale, and no, not because I'm pale as fuck too. That these darker colors really pull out the skin tone a little bit, and it creates a nice contrast. So when we see, like you mentioned, black is really a good color for her. Black is this dark blue, looks fantastic on Lydia. And it's really beautiful to see how, elegant she looks. Granted, she had more time on this look than she did for her original bracket looks because they filmed this year, but she looks stunning here. I love the choice of wig because this isn't something I think Lydia would normally wear.
I knew she would wear this type of style. Like, it's the grandeur of it all.
Mm-hmm. It breeds a very old Hollywood in a way to me, but also more than old Hollywood. It's like old Hollywood, but with that Lydia twist that makes the drag so interesting. So I think this is just great. Scores.
You already know.
Hold on. I'm getting it pulled up. Where's it at? There it is. Magda!
Yes. It's full, baby. It's full.
This is great. Good job, Lydia. Next up, third place in bracket 2, Mistress Isabelle Brooks. Losing a lot of weight between these brackets. So first off, congratulations, girl. I'm real happy for you. Secondly, I really like this. And I know on this podcast it is dangerous to share that you enjoy Mistress, but I like this look.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I like it. I just don't know about this color. That's just me, though.
That's fair.
Okay, that's just me, though, because here's the thing. Like, whatever this runway is giving this background, it doesn't really match what Mistress is giving. But again, that's really the lighting and production's fault on that. But like, it's just, to me, this color feels a little to me and doesn't scream Mistress to me. That's just me, though.
It's like a dark honey mustard color, and that's fine, right? I think it's something that I wouldn't expect to see Mistress in, which, to me adds to it because I think it's a nice choice. I think it still looks great on her. The only thing I don't really care for are the vertical stripes in the middle of the look that are kind of just there. I get why they're there because it kind of needs a little something there for like dimension shaping, but like, when did a nude illusion ever hurt anybody? So
No, I would have preferred a nude illusion than this.
Mm-hmm.
Now I think this like corset stomach situation is part of the reason like what jewelry she's wearing is like part of it. Now I'm kind of curious what this would look like without this like corset stomach moment.
That's a good question.
Maybe I would like that better.
Mm-hmm. The thing that I really like about this is actually the shoulder right here.
That's what I love about it too.
Yeah, it adds so much by doing so little. And again, mean that as a compliment, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think every look needs to be this over-the-top, extravagant, like earth-shattering thing. It's just really simple, but that shoulder piece adds so much elegance to this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it really draws you up north to see her mug, which is stamped as usual, and a really nice choice of this like big hair. It's very southern in that way for a look that I would say is very much like mom coming back from the club. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really, really like this.
Yeah, the wig is really giving Texas, and of course, her being from Texas, like, kind of accentuates it. And even with the shoulder too, like the ankle of it all too, just matches as well. Like, I gotta have that detail of it, and I like how it's just one leg and not both. because the other side is like showing like is where it's draping on the other side, which
Real question: why is her heel so shiny?
that's part of the heel. So
Is that part of the heel?
Yeah, it's the pleaser. So like the actual pleaser. So it's like a metallic pleaser with the clear strapping.
I can't. Legitimately, I thought that was her actual foot.
No,
that's fantastic. Scores.
We'll do a 76.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna give this an 85. I think this is a really solid look from top to bottom. Well, outside of like that little stitching in the middle. Minj! The controversial winner of bracket 3. She deserved to be in the top in all 3 of this challenges. Argue with the wall. Also losing some weight between brackets. So once again, congratulations, girl. I'm happy for you. To borrow a quote from Ginger, half the man she used to be, but twice the woman she was. No nuts. This is just if I hear Ginger Minj is coming out on the runway, yeah, this makes sense. I will say though, she is looking fantastic in this. Specifically, this weird cutout shape in the middle. It kind of looks almost like a shell case, like an ice cream shell drop, if that makes any sense. Like it's like it almost looks like it's a coating coming down from the top of the look. And I kind of like that. I think it adds something to this. Because I mean, it's not just a cutout for a nude illusion, it's a little bit more than that because of the way it hits around the shoulder area.
Okay, now I see where you're going with this. Because I was like, wait, I couldn't tell what you were referring to. But
yeah, the middle cutout piece that's kind of like that weird like oblong shape in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is great. I love Ginger. Ginger is everything. Yay.
I have one gripe with this outfit. It's this this like hip cape type like moment going on here, and I kind of wish this like and this is just like pulling from the from like kind of her glamour toad look. I kind of wish it was like a whole pantsuit moment. That's just me though. Like when she was the glamour toad in All Star 6. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, because I kind of wish this entire blue moment was a full bodysuit of it all. Like I really don't like this like hip like cape moment here because it's I think it's just the picture, I guess, because like her moving is fine. I like, but at the same time, I just like don't like how this is like going with this, and that's just me though. But I mean, she looks great in this. Like I was like the shoulders, like the shaping, like it looks great. I just don't like this like hip cape moment.
Yeah, that is my least favorite part of it as well. But I will say, I think it adds a little bit more dimension to it. I just wish it was kind of like going down the leg instead of like hanging off the side. I think that would add more. Maybe
I think I would prefer like those like side slits, like dress moments. Like I kind of wish it was like that with that. So.
Yeah. But again, the day I try to tell Ginger Minj how to do drag is the day that I don't know.
But again, Ginger can't do no wrong. Ginger
Correct.
can't do,
so yeah, scores.
I'm gonna give this an 89.
I'm gonna give it an 85. Love you, Minj. Big fan. Moving on to Daya Betty, second place in bracket 3. This is a runway that is on the runway.
Oh,
there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing bad about it in terms of like, there's nothing I hate. It's just kind of here. And I feel like, and again, I'm not trying to speak for any of these girls, but I feel like sometimes they show up in a look. You're like, yeah, they know this is just, I'm going to look good. It's going to be a outfit that I'm going to wear on the show that will not factor into any judging whatsoever. And that is all that matters. Because Daya, I really like the jacket. situation that's going on here. I think that looks really cool. I don't like this weird oblong cutout of your thigh. I don't get that at all. And if I'm not mistaken, I feel like this is the second time we've seen that from Daya this season. Because if I remember correctly, the last runway in bracket 3 last week had a very similar situation going on around the thigh to the knee. And she was wearing calf-high boots. They're a little bit higher this week to her knee. But during last week, she was wearing these like calf-high situation. And again, for them, it's been 6 months, right? Like obviously they're not gonna like care too much. And I know the judges probably won't either. But for us coming out of that directly into this, right, for me, it's the first thing my mind goes to. I don't dislike it. It looks good. I actually like the choice of the glasses here. Or is that just paint? I can't tell.
No, it's glasses.
It's glasses. Okay. I like the choice of the glasses. I think it adds a little something. It makes it a little bit more 70s, which I really enjoy. But it's fine.
I'm going to pull a reverse card on you because I like the shoes a lot more than I like this jacket.
Fair enough.
So here's the thing. And again, no shade on how this camera angle is, but like this makes her legs look very long. And I know she's like bending like her legs in a way where she's not supposed to be like as tall, but at the same time, like the way that it's angled makes it look like her legs are longer than her actual body. Now, what I'm actually kind of obsessed with is the fact that it's the leopard print leggings with the boot. Like, I wouldn't even thought of that. Like, I thought it would just be like bare leg or just like just like a mesh tone legging, but the fact that the legging is all leopard, I was like, okay. Now, I wish that it kind of like added with the whole like arms of it all, because if you're gonna add that fur in the arms, I wish it was gonna add to that with the arms as well, which is why I don't like this jacket situation as much. So I mean, it's still a good look, and I do like this head situation where it's not like a wig, but it's just like the fur moments in the arm, the knees. Like, I mean, it adds a nice touch. It really adds a nice touch to this look, and which is like maybe it should have been like a full on leopard moment, so Michelle Visage could have like a moment with this. So
yes, of course. Yeah, I think I think I agree with you. I actually like the boot as well. I just don't know if I like these two things together.
Yeah,
because I like this jacket a lot. I like the boots quite a bit. I don't think I like the boots and the jacket on the same outfit. So scores
78.
70.
Okay.
And rounding us off, it is my girl, the one, the only cuckoo, Cynthia Lee Fontaine. Third place coming out of bracket 3. Thank you, Acid Betty. Thank you so much. You are a real one. Thank you so much. Because even if it's only one more episode, I get more time with Cuckoo on my screens, and that is a win for me. Yay, Cuckoo.
Yay, Cuckoo. And I actually really like this a lot.
I agree.
Like this is like I would never expect Cynthia to have this type of like full purple bodysuit type of moment. This looks very futuristic, and that's what I love about Cynthia. Like you never know what you get from her, and this shows, because like I would have never thought, like, again, when I have to watch this part twice, because I had to double check what this wig color was, because like it looked like a like light lavender or like a gray lilac type of thing. And I was just like, wait, why am I obsessed with this wig? Like,
that's a good question.
But and these nails, come on, these nails.
I love this aesthetic for Cynthia, because like you said, this isn't something I would ever expect Cynthia to show up in, right? Like, I vividly remember the roller girl look on season 8, right? And like, no shade to Mother Fontaine, Mother Cuckoo, That look was literally a cowboy hat, a skirt, and a red top with roller skates, right? I think this is just one of the best things I think I've seen Cynthia wear on Drag Race. And again, shouts to Acid Betty. We know Betty did the costuming for Cynthia when she came back. This looks incredible. I love the nail. It adds so much. By doing very little, it just adds to this. The purple just looks so good on Cynthia. Purple just look good on everyone. Is that where we're at? Because I don't think I've seen somebody in purple and ever been like, nah.
I can think of one.
After the pod. It's someone we like.
Someone we like, but again, it wasn't their fault for what they did, so.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I love Cuckoo. I think this look is great, and I'm really happy that even if she's not going to be here next week, spoiler alert, we at least got to see this.
Yeah. No, it was great. I gave this a 96.
OMG, I also gave this 96.
Our minds.
Our minds. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about our judges panel for the week, featuring the one, the only Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
Yay. We believe for her third time. I know it's at least her second. Work diva. Hi, Carson. I feel like I don't get to see you very much anymore.
Not the hi, Carson.
We don't get to see Carson very much, it feels like, anymore. We used to see Carson every other week, and now it's every 4 weeks.
Well, remember, they got to rotate as much as they can with who they have now.
They should have, and this is just me, bring back my 5-judge panel and have 2 of the rotating judges on each week with the 1 guest judge. And I would love that. Because I want to have more interaction between the rotating judges. I don't know. I think it'd be more fun to have 2 of them on a week, especially because I want to see interactions between Carson Cressy and Law Roach, and I don't get to get that right now. So
I'm not sure if there's a conflict of interest, but I do agree. Like, but here's the thing. Again, the fact that we're seeing Sarah Michelle Gellar again, I'm like,
mother.
Again, mother.
Sarah Mother Gellar.
Okay, I want to talk about this RuPaul dress. Because it's been a minute since we've seen her in like a long gown. So, this flower choice is like so nice. Now I kind of wish RuPaul kind of like played along with the theme when it comes to this, because like imagine her wearing a suit, like wearing the suit and then coming out into this. Because I mean, we did get an ish theme of RuPaul wearing the floral suit in the workroom and then getting this. So, and then Michelle, the starry moment, cute, yes.
I adore this. This is one of my favorite things I think I've ever seen Michelle in on the show, because it's basic as fuck, and I say that with love, right? But literally, it's invert in the middle with a black belt around the middle where it flips the colors when you have that invert. It's a nice top with this black and yellow going on with these black stars on this yellow background, and then you flip it so the skirt is a black background with yellow stars. Perfect. No nuts. This is beautiful. Also, Sarah, Carson, OG it's pants.
Yes.
All right, so moving into the runway category is Tara Me Suit. Note. All right, starting us off in a interesting garment, we have Bosco.
Okay, it is interesting, but for Bosco's aesthetic, like I can tell why she went this route rather than anything. What are you gonna say? Also OMG, it's pants. Yes.
It's pants.
Here's the thing. Something about this wig is so intriguing, I don't know why.
You know what it reminds me of?
Oh.
Did you watch what lip sync is it? It reminds me of Naomi Smalls when she came back for All Stars and did her talent show, and she pulled that last wig off, and then it had like the two little tufts on the side, right?
That is very specific.
Yeah, no, but that's exactly where my brain went to when I saw this like deranged wig, because it looks very deranged. It looks like a caramel apple empanada.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about girlies, where you at?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I think this just looks interesting. It's not something I'm particularly into, but I mean, I'm not a Drag Race finalist, so maybe it's just not for me.
Mm-hmm. Something about this too, because like you can tell when she like tore like the suit part, like with the pants and the sleeves. Like I was like, oh, okay. And even with this like front like I guess jacket moment, you can see that like the suit is a totally different outfit than what she's wearing here. So I'm like, okay, but I can't describe what it reminds me of. So I mean, I remember hearing her description, but at the same time, it was like, am I gonna remember this? Probably not. But I will remember this wig though, because what is this wig that I love so much about? And I was like, what is this? I don't know why I love it, but I do. But hey,
I do like it. It's just not something I really love. Meh. I hope that again, Bosco is one of those people on the runway that I'm always intrigued by. Because Bosco also has one of the single best runways I have ever seen on this show with her buzzsaw tutu look from season 14. I think about that runway all the time.
that runway. Yep, that runway, and then the cinched coffin.
Oh, of course. We know about the coffin. We don't need to bring it up again. We love the coffin. I just really like Bosco. I just don't really care for this look, personally. I don't really know what it is. Maybe I'm just not a fan of these like poofy sleeves, because anytime somebody wears them, I'm just like, oh well. And July 4th, lovely. So, scores.
Gave this an 80.
I'll give it a 70.
Fair.
Next up, we have Gorgeous like Jorgeous. And I will be doing this every time I see Jorgeous on my screen, specifically because if I don't, the word Lotus will pop in my brain and it pisses me off.
Lotus.
For those of you who weren't around during All Stars 9 coverage, and anytime I have had the displeasure of talking about season 14, I love season 14, by the way. One my absolute favorite scene of Drag Race. Note. I will tell you how much I hate the word Lotus. It bugs me. It bothers me to my very core. Unlike this runway, which I think is like clean as hell. Oh dear. Okay, Jorgeous. I'm gonna have to tell you something, and I never thought I would say this. You ate no crumbs. This is borderline a perfect runway. Like, this is just legitimately immaculate. From the trench coat, right? Which, again, Jorgeous wearing a trench coat? Why? Never would have expected that in a million years. Pulls apart this trench coat, and suddenly she's in... Is that latex? This, like, thick latex dress moment with these cutouts, with this huge slit down the one leg. This is perfect. I can't even knock this. How do you knock a look with no notes?
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. Like,
how about this? How I put some more in there with a and also
yes. I will comment on this because like there's a lot of things I want to like detail about this, because not only is it a trench coat, but the fact that that part of the jacket like actually looks like it's like a shirt, and then takes it off and then comes out like this with the upside down crosses, like all of this like red moment of it all. Who comes up with this? Like, who comes up with this? I need to know who designed this as well, because like whoever designed this wig as well. Like, even the horns has like kind of braids type of thing. Like, huh? Again, we already set our scores, so
full cup, overflowing, perfect, immaculate. Good job, Jorgeous. You ate.
Cindy's TV leaking.
Oh, Cindy, the TV is indeed leaking. Tune in for Dracula coverage coming soon because Titans is coming soon.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Everything is alleged information. It says it in the ticker. Moving on to Daya Betty. First off, before I go any further,
just waiting for it.
Oh, dude, see, this is my favorite runway category we've had on the show in a minute because I've had an excuse to use OMG It's Pants multiple times in a single episode. So thank you, Drag Race. Daya Betty in a tracksuit.
I like this idea a lot because again, tearing a suit, a tracksuit, and like taking off like the tracksuit as if it's like you're taking off those pants as if we're like you know the thing where they tear off the pants and then it's just like they like come out in shorts. Like I like that, all that. And I like how the creative of this, because when you tear it off and then it's like, who would have thought you would use glitter and like rhinestones as quote unquote sweat for this? Because
it works.
It works so well, and even the like crotch area, I was just like, huh? I would have not imagined wearing these type of socks with these pleasers.
I want to comment on the tube sock of it all, because I believe in a Drag Race first, we have tube socks represented on Drag Race. So congrats on being a door breaker there, Daya. I cannot think of another person who has worn tube socks on the show. I actually really like this. I think it's cute. I think it's funny. And I think that's just like the interesting part of Daya's aesthetic that I really enjoy is these funnier moments, is this like interesting perspective on drag that comes out of Daya a lot of the time. Dear Lord, July 4th. I'm really into this. I also love the choice of the workout glove, because in what would otherwise be a relatively boring color palette of mostly grays and like a little bit of red on the tube sock, really gets accentuated to where I want to look a little bit more at her hands. And I like that. I think it adds more to it.
Yeah. Like I love that they're fingerless too. And it kind of just shows like, hey, I just want to accentuate all that. And then, I mean, I loved like the whole accent, because again, like the box, like it should be a boxing glove, even though it's not. So it kind of gives those like gloves that you wear for weightlifting. That's how I see it. And it still works really well, but even though like I know it's supposed to be like boxer gloves. Yeah. Again, I can't like stop commenting on this like tube sock pleaser choice, which is interesting. Yet I was like, why do I like this? So yeah.
Scores
94.
I'm going to give it a flat 90.
Okay.
Moving on to the cuckoo herself, Cynthia Fontaine.
I thought I was going to like this, but I don't. Oh! Damn.
I don't want to say anything mean about cuckoos. I'm not gonna.
Then.
I am going to be as respectful as possible and just say this. I love you, Cynthia. I love you down. You are one of my favorite people who have ever been on reality TV. You are legitimately one of the nicest human beings on the planet. From every person who has ever met you, says that frequently. As such, I am going to respond in kind and choose not to comment because I will never, ever be mean to Cuckoo. So
usually we plead, and it's like I really like don't want to say anything mean about this, like in a way possible, but yeah, I really wanted to like this, and then once the tearaways happen, I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, I really can't.
Brandon, you're basically doing it without it.
No, here's the thing. I will comment on. I will comment on it. Like this jacket, like I wished it was more like organized, because like I get where it was going for, because like being a little bit oversized in this, but part of me wished like it looked a little bit like, I guess, shaped to be able to like have this tearaway look better, but because it's so baggy and trying like the best to do all that. Again, that's just me though. I think the only redeeming part of this entire look are the shoes and the wig. So, I like this dress. I really like this dress, but it's unfortunate when it revealed into what happened. I was like, yeah.
Scores.
I had to give it a respectable 50.
I won't be mean. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Moving on to Irene the alien. I don't get it.
You don't?
I don't. And not that I don't like it. I like it. I just don't get it.
I mean, you remember her. You remember her comment, right? Like about this. Okay, so going from Irene Dubois, in this first look with this gold white situation where it's like still trying to discover her drag, again she realizes that like all of this aesthetic is nice, but then true to form, turning to Irene the alien with this, going from regular suit, this wig moment, to like just full alien. That's what I got, and which is why I'm obsessed with it. It's like what I did not expect was the fact that it was this mask. When she took that mask off, I was like, wait, what? Like I thought she made that face, and then when she took off the mask and stuff, I was like, hold up.
That was everything, by the way. I lost my
I was
mind.
like, coming for Black Peppa, like with that, I was like, huh?
Real. Again, I like it. I really love the gold accenting on the first look, actually. It's just something. There's something here that is bothering me. I don't know what the something is, and quite frankly, trying to find the something will probably lead to longer bouts of trying to figure it out. But maybe it's just the headpiece on the right. I don't know if I really like it that much. I get why it's there, and I understand that she is not that kind of wig girl, right? With these like bigger, like, for lack of a better term, Tina Burner-esque wigs are not very Irene suited. At least for her current drag aesthetic, you know. But I really do like this. I hope that we continue to see this kind of level of everything from Irene, period, because I think Irene is incredible. It's just not something I fully connect with either. So
no, I like this really a lot. About this gold accents, like even like that gives aspects of Alien in a way, because like it kind of reminds me of like how the shape of crop circles sometimes. And then just like coming out into this, like did not expect what she was going to come out in this. And I like that it's like a pink flesh tone too, which I would not expect when it comes to Irene. But at the same time, this is like, I'm obsessed with this, because if we're going to go into scores right now, this is a full for me. This is a full.
This is a 75 for me.
Oh, wow.
And to be clear, 75 is not bad. It's just I don't really know where else to do with it. Because I don't think I like it more than a 75.
Fair.
I think it looks cool. It's just I don't get it.
Fair.
So moving on to Aja. It's Aja on the runway post season 9, which means it's gonna be good. However, I will say I think the white look blows the first look out of the water in every way. This like green color that kind of is just not really something that's really visually appealing, which I believe is part of the intention. But like looking at the runway itself, the orange and yellow and black, this like Halloween aesthetic is so appealing visually, right? It's a reason we like orange and black so much at Halloween is because it's so eye-catching and pulls you into a really deep, interesting place. Its green is not really doing it for me. I think it looks a bit weird. I will say I like the runway altogether. I think the pantsuit looks good. It's just not my favorite thing that I've seen Aja in. I also love the jewelry choices here. I think it adds so much to this look. These long ass earrings coming all the way down. Whatever's going on the wrist, I think it looks great. I just wish there was something else a little bit more in the first half for me that really pulled me in.
I'm going to pull this off to the way where I wish I could have seen when it comes to this type of cocoon moment.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wished it wasn't a jacket. Like, it was just like a full on, like, because if it's going to give butterfly, it could have just been like a full, like, shaped, like, thing when it comes to, like, full shaped cocoon or chrysalis. Again, that's just me, though. Now, it kind of pulls reference to, now, shout out to like one of my favorite streamers ever because like I got to see them live at TwitchCon. Mia Easylay when she did like full Metapod into Butterfree. That type of moment. Now, I like how Aja did the whole monarch butterfly of it all because again, that's like the main colors of like what I would think a butterfly would be, which I'm obsessed with. Now, this picture itself doesn't show the wings justice because like I mean we saw the wings from the entrance look. I wish that the wings were more accentuated in this. That's just me though. But I still like this. I actually do like this like yellow moment too because some monarch butterflies are yellow as well. So like adds the touch where it's like makes everything like pull together in a way. But personally for me, like this cocoon chrysalis moment should have been more shaped than like it didn't need the jacket. It really didn't need the jacket.
Scores?
Let's give this an 88.
I am going to give it a 80.
Okay.
Moving on to Lydia Butthole Kollins. First off,
do it.
Oh, geez! Secondly, it's Lydia on the runway. I'm gonna be entertained. Even when she had the design look that wasn't my favorite, I still enjoyed it, and I'm not going to pretend like I don't. I love everything Lydia does. I'm very biased, but this is just so interesting. I love the big buttons on the jacket. I think it adds a little bit more dimension to the front of this look. Again, this blue is such a good color on her. And it's something that I like seeing her in. My only problem, and maybe this is just me, I wish when she opened the jacket, it fell away a little bit more. Because when we look at this fabric, and I'm not going to give her crap for this silk not being like fully fashioned like the judges did. I think that was some crap. But I really wish when she opened the jacket kind of pulled apart a little bit more instead of being like closed off at the bottom still. Because it kind of creates a weird shape right there in the torso where it almost feels like this part right here is like bisected by the two sides of the jacket. But other than, and again, that might just be a fit issue. That might just be how the jacket is, and it was kind of just the best she could do in the moment. But I like this a lot, and yeah, good job, Butthole.
Also gave the idea of the fact that this top part, they kind of give like shirt and tie, and then it's like when you take off the jacket itself, it turns to like a full dress moment. Like I would have not have thought of that. It's like similar to Jorgeous' though, kind of like what happened with that too. But like, and yeah, I mean, I was like giving the nitpick of the like getting a steamer for the bottom part. Like, yes, I get why they brought it up. At the same time, like, and I mean, the dress was long, so I can imagine why they had to like bring that up. And also like when they also said she was also like struggling to walk in a little bit. I mean, I did kind of see that a little bit. Not gonna lie. But regardless of all of that, this is stunning. Like, also as well, like the touch of the red lip, and even in this lighting, even though it doesn't look like it, but like you can see like this wig kind of looks like she's wearing like a red ring over the wig, even though it's just the lighting. So I'm not sure if that was intended though or not, because again, like they do the lighting choices for all that, but regardless, again, you can tell Lydia is the seamstress that we know her as, and this is just flawless.
Scores.
I'm gonna give this a 98.
I'm going to give this a 99, and the only reason it's not a full cup is because of the way the jacket falls apart.
Fair.
I wish it was a little bit more pulled out. But again, if that is my one nitpick, I think this look is fantastic. So, moving on to, once again, the Minj. Minj. Okay, are those pants?
Yes.
Oh, it's pants!
Do it. Again, you got to do it.
We got to do it. Okay, again, for those of you who have not watched the look over here recently when we've had pants on the runway, normally we only do this whenever we get pants because we don't get pants very often. But because of the category, we got a ton of pant looks this week, and I will do it every time.
I mean, when you have a category that says tiramisu, and then the suit, and most of the category is tearing actual suit. So like suit first into something else. This, okay. When the fact that she referenced both Doja Cat and Doechii with this whole like pants moment of it all, because like again, these pants kind of give like the Doechii and the Grammys, so I'm not gonna lie about that. The Doja Cat was a little bit surprising to like that she even brought that up too, but I love the fact that she said it. But I agree with this hat situation. This could have been bigger. This hat should have been bigger. So because like you can tell in this picture like how it was like looks so small, and like why is the top head slanted? Like but I love how it's like tucks for the groom and then coming into this wedding dress situation. And I would have never thought I would like see like a shorter wedding dress, but this whole tulle moment, like where it's like the more opening in the legs, which I love. So, I mean, this was a good creative choice of at Ginger to go to the wedding route. So, I can't complain about that. So.
Creatively, this is stunning. I adore everything that Ginger Minj does, but specifically in this particular circumstance, Ginger came out here with a fully executed concept. She was ready to go, and she executed it perfectly. The first look is actually low-key kind of reminding me of the Britney Spears tuxedo.
Yes.
The ones that know. But Ginger Minj in a wedding dress. I can hear the bells. And I really, I just really love this. I think this is just quintessential Ginger. It's perfectly polished in every way. And that is just who Ginger is as an entertainer. And I love seeing Ginger back. I don't care what you all think at home. Oh, And when it comes to Ginger, specifically when it comes to Ginger, because I'm over the hate brigade just in general. The second you all become a world-renowned drag queen and you get your own show, then feel free. But like, no, Ginger deserves to be here just as much as anybody else. And I'm so happy that she is continuing to show off her excellence here on the season. So, scores.
It's a full.
Full. And it should be more.
Yeah. Again, I did comment on the hat saying that it should have been bigger too, but I don't like that doesn't like negate the fact that this is like good. So
agreed. So finishing us off today, we have Mistress Isabelle Brooks. May I?
Go ahead.
First off. Secondly,
okay.
I'm going to give Mistress a little bit of grace here, right? Because Mistress was a bigger girl, even as recently as her bracket, right? She's still not exactly like a toothpick or anything, right? But she lost some weight. That's public knowledge. She's acknowledged it. We've all not acknowledged it, right? I am so sick of people wearing fat suits on Drag Race. I thought we were over this bull crap. And I think the only time I have ever enjoyed it was when Silky did it in that lip sync against Eureka, but it had a point and a purpose, right? Shangela doing it on All Stars 3, I thought that was tasteless back then. I don't want to see these outfits on this show anymore. Period. I'm sick of it. It bothers me. Legitimately, it bothers me. And like, I am aware that drag is about challenging these boundaries, and I am not trying to take away anyone's expression here. But legitimately, there comes a line for me where I'm just like, I don't want to look at this. It aggravates the fuck out of me that this is something we are continuing to do. You know, how long has it been since All Stars 3? 7 years later?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to talk about it any more than that. The second half of this look looks really great. I think Mistress looks really great in the second half. But because of the fat suit, I'm not scoring it. Sorry.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I will say this. I do commend Mistress talking about her weight loss journey when it comes to this, because like, again, like she even discussed it in the episode. She was 400 pounds when she was on season 15, which I'll be honest, I did not clock it at all. Cause like, yeah, she's a big girl and I get that. But for how like much she's lost this weight, I mean, I commend her for it, because it's like, oh wow, like you put in the work. I mean, again, I've been hearing all of the Ozempic allegations. I'm just like, we're not going there. Oop, you're muted. Oop, uh-oh.
Thank you. Can I just say, for the record, right, just in general, right, it's none of our fucking business. Pardon the swearing, YouTube, but it's none of our business, okay? If she wants to talk about it, she will, but that's none of our business how she lost the weight. She lost the weight. That's all that matters to her. And it should be all that matters to anybody else. She is happier. She is healthier. That is where she is at. Move on, internet.
That part, yes. Yeah. And like the way that it went from this into this like seamlessly without like having the whole like literally tearing it off, like I was like, okay, I can commend that. Like a seamless tearaway rather than just like taking it off and then just throwing it out. Like that I can commend, because like I love this like skirt. So I was like, oh, this is so grandiose. And you can tell like this was built very nicely. So But I do kind of have to agree with you with this whole fat suit situation. I do need to plead because I can't really like discuss much about this. So
Yeah, and again, this is not a knock on Mistress specifically, because again, Mistress lost a lot of weight and she's talking about her personal journey on the show. I just don't want to see fat suits on the show anymore. I think it just sends a really bad message and precedent that we're okay with this kind of thing. And I'm not. I'm just not. I wish we were ending on a happier note, but I'm just not. Yeah. And also for the record, because I know David Healy's going to be looking, just in case you missed it, I am also
well, you said it in the beginning of it, so I was just like, but again, I had to make like part of my ish comments on it because like I did want to comment about this because like again like this was a bold thing to do on the runway, like it really is. And again, I'm not knocking her or anything in any way, shape, or form. I just can't comment it like how I would wish, because like again, like I do have opinions on this, but it's like not in the kindest heart to like me try to like talk about it.
Yeah.
So because I will say this, like I never really had like quote unquote weight issues, but at the same time I do like have some body dysmorphia type thing, like when it comes to that, like way back when. I mean, I'm more confident in my body now, like as years went on. But like again, this was like more so like within my tween teenage years that like to come think about that. So
well, as someone who does have weight issues, I don't know really another way to put it other than that. It just gets really aggravating whenever anytime somebody wants, like it was really bad when Shangela did it, but like when we have these like jokes being made about bigger people on the show, right? That like when Shangela did it, and it wearing a fat suit just really bothers me, like in general. I remember when they were doing the Matilda movie, the remake a couple years ago, and they had a kid who was playing a character who was like written to be a plus size child, right? Like it's part of his character. It's not just a casting choice, right? And instead of casting a bigger kid, they literally grabbed this skinny kid from England and they put him in a fat suit. And it was really jarring for me because that was like what, tail end of 2022 when that movie came out?
Yes.
So like this isn't just like an older thing that we're getting rid of. This is something that is still happening in media. And I'm not saying anything specifically to Mistress because again, in this particular situation, she has every right to say what she is saying because she's talking about her personal journey with her weight, right? I just don't want to see them anymore, and I'm gonna set that precedent now while I have the opportunity.
Yes.
Because I mean, we're what, 27 seasons into US Drag Race All-Stars and regular seasons, and we've still not crowned a bigger girl.
That part.
Internationally, I think we've crowned a grand total of 3.
Yep.
With over 100 winners now, right? Almost 100 winners, if not over 100. Like, really considering it, we have had a big girl on every single season of American Drag Race, excluding one. And that one season, for the record, would be all. No, Ginger was on that. Never mind. Every season of American Drag Race. So I was about to say All Stars 2, but no, Ginger was on All Stars 2. So please explain to me why. And again, it's not for lack of trying, because they love putting a big girl in the finale and not crowning her.
Yeah.
So, but to get off my soapbox before we get on here for too long, thank you guys so much for joining us here at Look Over Here. Let us know down in the comments below, who did you think had the best runway look? Who did you think had the best re-entrance look? Because we'd love to see it. We love getting the engagement. We love hearing from you all because, you know, we want to hear what you guys have to say as well. While you're down there, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Check all the links down below. Do all the YouTube things, as Lana and Logan like to say. Don't hit the dislike button, though. Don't do that one. And if you also see it and you feel so compelled because you stayed here for an hour and 15 minutes, go ahead and buy your merch, including but not limited to cup mug at lingeриecreations.nc.com. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us to Look Over Here, but we're gonna have to look over there. And we're going to have to head out of here, y'all. So thank you so much for joining us. And stop watching this video and go watch another video. Yes.
It's called binge viewing. Who remembers that? Anyways.
You want more Emmy-nominated game show?
Anyways. Cheers.